Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Crash Test Games. So first of all, I need to apologize. It's been a little while since I posted a video. That is due to the fact that my computer actually ended up crashing. Now, due to this computer crash, I was actually in the abyss when it happened, and I lost my, extremely expensive 10 billion ISK gila. Well, good old CCP, due to the fact that that it was not on the server side, they said that they will not replace it. So we had to end up going in and starting from scratch. So I went over, sold a few assets, did a couple level 4 missions, whatever I needed to do, and I ground out to get another gila out here. And this one is only a it says that it's a 524 million ISK gila. It's actually closer to a 600 million ISK gila. So this is what I've been running for the last little while. I've tested it out a few times to make sure that I can actually run these. But it runs T2s with no problem whatsoever. And it'll actually run T3s pretty easily, but I'm just going to run T2 today just to kind of show you. And as far as they go, T2s actually will make you more ISK than a level 4 mission, even though they don't have like a huge reward behind them. They do have a they're more substantial. They're quicker to run, and yeah, so it's pretty easy to run a level or a T2 electrical filament. So we're going to go ahead and undock and warp to our location to get an abyss run.
Warp drive active.
As soon as we're done with this abyss, I will go into details about what exactly I've got on this ship. It's very similar to my extremely expensive one, just it's much cheaper. And here we go. Alright, looks like we have a couple battle cruisers here. Now, due to the low tank on this ship, we're going to kind of strafe them rather than hitting them head on. It's just a little bit of an extra tactic that I've developed that helps out with low tank ships. So if you go in and you strafe rather than meet it head on, as I was saying, it kind of reduces their damage ability on you until you start getting a little bit closer. Then you can start moving towards this this bioadaptive cache. Turn off one missile to go after the cache itself. Alright, and that was room 1. Pretty simple room. As always, reload when you can. Alright, and room 1 was done in under 2 minutes. here we go, next room. Got drones taking damage over here. Apparently the last room we had damage being taken and I didn't see it. That's alright. It's been a few weeks since I've been online anyways. Now this is during the season of skills as well. The nice thing about the season of skills and running abysses is that abyssal kills do count towards the required amount of kills for the season of skills. So it's really nice. Makes things easy. You don't have to go out and hunt down all the Triptolivian fleets and such like that. So we're gonna just keep killing in here. Alright, and there we go, 14 minutes and 22 seconds remaining on the clock. So under 6 minutes, and we cleared out the entire T2 abyssal site and jumped out of it. So, you know, this setup is really good. It's got really high damage, especially for how cheap it is. I did get a couple of faction mods specifically for it. Last thing I wanted to do was get anything super cheap and easy to blow up and such, but I ended up getting this decently cheap gila, so that it was able to run T2s until I could get enough money to run T3s, T4s, the more heavy stuff. Now, as I did say, this will actually run T3s as well. Today we just ran the T2, so that's alright by me.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Alright, and here we are. Let's look at our overall amount of loot that we got here. I only had one agitated electrical in my cargo hold, so looks like we ended up getting another one, so it paid for itself. Looking at everything here, we've got an estimated 9.29 million ISK worth of equipment. So that means that we spent about 200k and we came out with a 9 million ISK profit. Now for 6 minutes, you cannot beat that with a stick. No matter what level 4 mission you run, you're going to be running into a lot longer times than 6 minutes. And the reason being is that even if you go in and you blitz the mission just to get there, get back in a battleship, you're probably looking at 2 to 3 minutes there alone, let alone if you have to go in and blow stuff up and loot stuff. I mean, you're probably looking at a minimum of 10 minutes for a level 5 mission. And then you get about 5 million worth of ISK, and then you get about 5 million worth of LPs and such. So, you know, it's pretty good money even for a T2 mission, or a T2 Abyss site. Now let's go ahead and actually get into the fitting now. I went in and I put T2 rapid missile launchers on it, rapid light missile launchers on it. They're running T2 light fury missiles, so we're dealing a good amount of damage with just the missiles, but they're honestly not even our highest DPS output here. I went back in and I put a T1 EM screen reinforcer on, and 2 T2 medium cap control circuit 2s on, and those kind of help keep the capacitor balanced here, so I'm stable at 45.1%. I am running a T2 large shield booster with only 375 hit points per 4 seconds of shield boost, 2 T2 invul fields, a shield boost amplifier, a T2 10MN afterburner 2, and a Republic Fleet large cap battery. Without this cap battery being Republic Fleet, it's really hard to have a cap stable tank here. Now I also ended up going in and putting a basic capacitor flux coil due to the fact that my CPU is nearly maxed out and my power grid is nearly maxed out as well. Then I have 2 sentient drone damage amplifiers. The only reason I went with them over Imperial Navy is because they were cheaper. From here, I had 8 Imperial Navy infiltrators, but running the T2s, I get a little bit complacent, and I ended up getting a couple of them blown up. Let's go ahead and repair those real fast. So we're running a total of 600 DPS with a pretty decent tank on us, if I do say so myself. Only 22,800 EHP, but when it comes to an active tank, that's less what you're looking for and more the shield boost plus the resistances. So we're running a minimum of 66% resistances. If we were to go in and let's do that right now. If we were to go in and remove the let's just go. If we were to go in and remove the weapons missiles out of them, wow, I can't speak today. I'm sorry, guys. But if we go in and we replace our weapon missiles from EM into kinetic, so we're doing Scourge instead, it immediately gives us an additional 74 DPS. If we were to go in and have our drones running, let's just pull them up. But if we were to have our drones running as T2 hammerheads, which are the highest damage dealing drones out there that I know of, then again DPS is going to go up by a lot. There we go. So we're running about 780 DPS total. As I've said in previous videos, the applied DPS is going to be closer to 600 DPS if you use kinetic and thermal. However, using the electric, where we're running the electric sites, the applied DPS is closer to this number here instead. Let's go ahead and, let's just exit this simulation. Alright, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and close this video today. I hope I helped you guys out with getting a little bit started as far as a cheaper gila. Because, like I said, it's not always cheap getting into the Abyss in the first place. This is only a 600 million ISK fitting, so it's pretty easy for people to get into. It's not as easy as a battleship for a T4 mission, or level 4 missions, but it is still pretty easy. You can replace these sentient drone damage amps with T2. In fact, let's do that real fast so that you can kind of see the price difference and the damage difference. There we go. Alright, so if you were to replace these with T2s instead, first of all, you get higher CPU on it, so you'd have to adjust the fitting a little bit. You could probably change this into a coprocessor or something if you're just going to run T2s or T3s, but I would recommend trying to make this fitting work. But that drops the price down by about half. So I've got half the ship just in the drone damage amplifiers. Now it only drops your DPS down to about 577, so it's not a huge DPS loss, but again, you start getting CPU issues, you start getting fitting issues. So just going back to the sentient drone damage amps and such, it starts helping with those CPU issues. Alright, now I'm actually gonna close this video. Again, thank you for watching today, and if you guys liked this video, please comment on what you want to see more of. Don't forget to like and subscribe. The more you like, the more you subscribe, the more I'll keep doing videos like this, where they're nice tutorial type videos. I've got a couple requests for some market seeding and such like that. I actually don't do a whole lot of market seeding, but I could do a little bit of market trade. So if you guys want to see that, go ahead and let me know in the comments. Thanks again for watching Crash Test Games. This has been Christian, your host, and we'll see you next time.